All right, here we go. We're going to solve some equations. So your goal is to get the variables on one side, the constants on the other. So you move the one that is less. So negative 7x is less than negative 2x. So this is going to be my variable side. This is my number side. So I'm going to move this variable to the variable side using inverse operation. So I have to do the opposite to make 0. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. And so then I answer that. Negative 2 plus 7 equals 5x. So I'm equaling out that. Negative 2 plus 7 is 5x. Bring everything down that I have not used. Now I want to move, and this is a positive 5x. Now I want to move my constants over to the constants to combine those terms that are alike. So using inverse operations, I need to make 0. Whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. 13 plus 7 is 20, and I bring down my 5x. Then I divide by the coefficient. The coefficient is the number next to the variable. Divide by the coefficient, so x equals 4. That is my solution. I'm going to check my solution using substitution. So my original equation was negative 7. Instead of x, I substitute 4 plus 13. The other side was negative 7 minus 2x. Instead of x, I substitute 4. And then you can use your calculator. So in my calculator, I can just type in exactly what I've written. Negative 7 parentheses 4 parentheses plus 13. Enter. That equals negative 15. The other side of the equation should be equal to negative 15 as well. If not, then I made a mistake. Negative 7 minus 2, parentheses 4. It equals negative 15, so that's how I know that I am correct. Next one, same thing. Move the smallest variable. This is the smallest. I'm going to move it to this side using inverse operations. So this is a positive 8. I need to take 8 away. That will make 0. Whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. 14 minus 8 equals 6. So 6p, bring down what I didn't use. Now I move my constants to be with my constants because this is the number side. Using inverse operations, plus 8 plus 8. This makes 0, giving me 18 and 6p. Then I divide by the coefficient. So p equals 3. That's my solution. Now I check with substitution. 8, replace p with 3, plus 10. And on the other side, 14, replace p with 3, minus 8. Check that in your calculator. You get the same answer on both sides. Number 3, move the smallest variable over to the variable side. So negative 8 is the smallest variable, so I'm going to move that using inverse operations. Plus 8n, plus 8n. Because whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. This makes 0. Negative 6 plus 8 equals 2. Use your calculator if you're not so confident with your integers. It equals positive 2. Bring down what you haven't used. Move your constants to be together. So use inverse operations, minus 11 to make 0. Whatever you do to one side must do to the other. 3 minus 11 is negative 8. Bring down, divide by the coefficient. The coefficient is 2, so n equals negative 4. Check with substitution by putting negative 4 in the n spot. So 11 minus 6, replace n with negative 4. Negative 8, replace n with negative 4, plus 3. Check that in your calculator. You get the same answer on both sides. Next one, which one is smaller? So if you just see n, that's got an invisible 1 there. That's 1n. So negative 1n is smaller than positive 8n. So this is my variable side. This is my number side. I'm going to move this to that side. Oh, there's a bell. So using inverse operations, plus 1n, whatever you do to one side, must do to the other. Makes 0. That makes 9n. Bring down. That made a positive 9n. Bring down, bring down. Now move your constants. Plus 3 to make 0. Whatever you do to one side must do to the other. 6 plus 3 is 9 equals 9n. Divide by the coefficient. Divide by 9, so n equals 1. Okay, hopefully that helps you out a little bit.